Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. We're back here in Willow Creek in the Rebuild Sims 4 series that I'm currently doing. We did this the last time on the last live stream. We finished up 2 builds in that one actually, so that was really exciting. But I'm just going to show you off what the builds or the park looks like here. So this is the Magnolia Blossom Park in Willow Creek. You might know this park. It's actually one of my favorite parks in The Sims 4, but that's also just because I feel like the parks in The Sims 4 are a bit lackluster wherever we actually get a new park from in each world. So I really wanted to do something different with this, but still keep the integrity of the old build. So here we was just searching for, you know, a terrain paint that would actually fit with the existing flooring that they used, because I really still wanted to keep all the swerves and curves of the park, which we had a really fun time in the live stream joking about, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. But then we also in the live stream actually talked about what the parks in The Sims 3 was like, especially the park in the base game worlds of Sunset Valley, because that park was honestly one of my favorite parks in the Sims game. It was really simple, but it had multiple layers. It had like this middle of it where it was raised down, and you had stuff that was raised up a bit, and you had these different sections of the park around the place. If you haven't played The Sims 3, I highly honestly urge you to go play it, because it's honestly my favorite Sims game in the series. But I wanted to do something similar to that, but still keep the integrity of the old Magnolia Blossom. So that's kind of what we did here. I raised some the platform down that was actually originally there, and then we just started to build around that. And yeah, so if you want to get in on a live stream, guys, I highly encourage you to hit the subscribe button first of all, because why wouldn't you? This is a lovely channel, some shameless self-promotion here. But yeah, I highly encourage you to hit the subscribe button, also the like button if you like this video, but hit the notification button as well. That's a really good way for you to get in on the next live stream, because I've done something differently over the last couple of live streams, and that is I do a lot of spontaneous live streams instead, because when I have to live stream on a schedule, I often get stressed out and I honestly lose the thrill of live streaming. So I do a lot of these unscheduled kind of spontaneous live streams, which I actually really enjoy a bit more. So definitely hit the notification button if you want to get in on the next live stream. They are spontaneous, and it's just kind of, it's a nice thing that we can just spontaneously hang out and not really do anything but build in Sims or whatever other game we're currently playing at that time. But getting back into the build here, we've raised the middle down. So we actually on the live stream talked about, well, what if we actually have some of the same platforms in the same pattern as the other ones, and as the one in the middle. And we ended up actually having 2 more platforms where they actually have a use. So originally I just wanted it to be like little seating areas and, you know, places where you could just relax and it would look pretty and stuff like that, but we actually ended up using them for barbecue areas instead. You're gonna see that in just a little bit, but I think it turned out to be a really nice idea. And this is also why I like to build with you guys on the other end of the stream. We actually replaced the entrance, I say that lightly, entrance to the park. So before, the entrance was actually where you see it now, with that raised platform where the entrance actually came in from that side. I decided to put the entrance over here instead. I thought it made a bit more sense to the build that I was doing, and I tried to blend it in with the existing terrain paint also. The children's playground is still in the same place. The park still has all the same needs that you need. The pond here, we actually decided to get rid of that because we have the river, as I just showed on the live stream as well. We have the river very close to the park where you can actually go and fish if that's something you want. So we decided to get rid of the river instead. And here Jesus Christ, the terrain in The Sims 4 are just, it's like, I love that we have it and we can utilize it now, but it's also a big flaw because most objects just float on the terrain, which is actually why some of the bushes around the raised down area in those flower beds actually look a bit wonky, but you know, we made it work in the end. I also decided to keep the original house, the bathroom house from the original build, because I actually really liked it, and I think that's part of the charm of this park as well. It has like this old Victorian looking building, and I didn't actually do anything to that because I felt like it was cute. Like it is what it is, and it kind of fit in, and I was trying to build my park around the fact that that house was still there, and also again to keep the integrity of the original build. So that's kind of what we did with that, and that's why it is still there. We moved this platform over a bit because I need them curves. So we had a really fun time on the live stream with the swoops and the curves of it all, which we create a lot here. I tried to make these natural swoops and curves. Here we're also placing down the barbecue area again. I tried to have it in its almost original area, but it just, I don't know guys, it just did not work for me. I could not make it look good, and that was just so annoying. So I actually ended up putting them, as we said earlier, on the platforms instead, and actually use those as barbecue areas. That would also be a bit more responsible, I feel like. So, you know, you couldn't accidentally burn down the whole park area. But mostly all of the stuff is in the same place. So we have the children's playground, which is almost in the same place. We have the middle with the fountain, which is in the same place. It's just a bit raised down. So the only thing that we actually changed is just the style of the park and the barbecue areas. That's kind of it. And we added a new pond ourselves, but I really wanted to keep the integrity of the original build. So what I try to do here with these rebuild series is I'm not going to totally recreate the builds that the Sims team did, because that's not what I try to do. I just want to make them look a bit more in line with the world, because as good as The Sims 4 is, the developers are honestly not that great of builders. And I totally understand they have restrictions and all that stuff, but it's sometimes they just miss the mark. But I will say, over the years, the building quality has dropped immensely. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, look at a pack like Get Famous. That had so many flaws in those houses in that town, or world. So I can totally see why, but I'm not trying to like totally redo stuff. I still want to keep the integrity of the original build, but I just try to, you know, put my own spin and flair out in it and make it a bit more, you know, accessible and pretty looking, if that's, you know, makes sense. And yeah, this is honestly the last thing that we're gonna do. We're gonna put in the plants that we need. We still have the seating areas in roughly the same space as well. I decided to put in the elephant, move the llama one that was from the original one as well, and put in the elephant as well. I thought it was just funny to have these two, you know, bushes of animals, and we have these huge flower beds. That's kind of it. The last thing we're gonna do is, I believe, terrain paint around the like the playground area, where we actually add in some of the, here we go, sand, because I don't know, I feel like sand is very playground-esque. I tried to blend it in really nicely, but you know, sand is always gonna look a bit off in The Sims 4, but you know, it make it work. And you guys in the live stream really wanted to have a little pond area, but create our own pond using the pool tool, and then we just put some, you know, plants around it and some plants that fit in, and that's kind of it. They actually play around in the pool in the end, but yeah, this is the build. So I also did a new thing with the video tour here. I actually figured out, and I don't know how I've only figured this out now. I know, Auvbri, you're totally unprofessional, but I did this thing, you can kind of see it now, where it's one continuous take and then it cuts, and then we have two more of those, but it's a long take, so it doesn't actually cut like that. And I think that's just a bit better. So remember, excuse me. Remember, if you want to get this build, it is on the gallery right now. You can search my origin ID, which is Auvbri, and you should be able to find every single thing that I have done in the game. Or you can just follow the link in the description down below for the direct download link. Down below in the description, you're also going to find all the CC that I have installed in my game. It doesn't mean that I use it in every build. The next build that comes up on the channel is actually an only CC house, but it doesn't mean that I use it every time. This is only base game stuff, so you're totally fine there, but all of it is listed below this video in the description box. While you're down there, why not press the subscribe button, the like button, follow me on all the social media pages that I have, especially Twitter and Instagram. Instagram is my more personal account, and Twitter is where we have, you know, the more social media-ish stuff for the channel. But do that and hit the notification bell if you want to get in on the next builds in the game and the next live stream as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you thought about the new video tour in the end here. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Leave me a comment down below. And again, I really hope you enjoyed this video. There's nothing else for me to say other than have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you next time for another video.